Hi, Matt, this evening. I'd like to hopefully share to you more of my experience, more in a calmer atmosphere. Um, I agree with all the things that was Bernard made in the video. It was very wonderful, actually quite moving. He's very gifted as a video animator. Um, my concern, my my hope is that this World Day of Prayer is an invitation towards a sustained year of prayer, an invitation for all CLC members in the world to pray specifically for Laudato Si throughout the year 2025 to 26. I feel that that is the radical call, that is the radical response that is needed in this very urgent and alarming crisis that we're facing now. Uh, so, how did I come to this suggestion? No? Um, I'm now speaking to you as a CLC leader, a person who has immersed yourself in Ignatian spirituality, so that we may speak the same language, that we may see the same gaze, no? The signs of times, no? We may hear the same things in our heart. First is that if you really want to radically bring Laudato Si to life, radically answer the call of Pope Francis and our universal church, bring the spirit of Laudato Si to life in your personal life, your family, your community, your church, your school, your your workplace. As a first step, my suggestion, if you're looking at radical, is take the course in joint diploma in integral ecology that was created by the alliance of 21 pontifical university being administered by Pontifical Gregorian University, the Jesuit university founded by St. Ignatius. The reason, and I was invited to attend that course, and it's actually very short. It's only 6 months, and it's only once a month. It's virtual, and it's only 30 euros. No, they're giving it out for free. No, but the reason why I think it's important is because yes, we've read the document many times, Laudato Si, since 2015, but to listen to the experience of experts and community organizers and people from around the world, how Laudato Si has been animated from around the world, from various fields, various perspectives, various contexts, various culture. It gives us a global perspective of where we are, no, in this journey of animating the spirit of Laudato Si in our church and in our world. Now, when we studied the joint diploma in integral ecology, again, these are the things that surfaced in me. So when you take the course, something else might touch you, move to you. But what moved me was the realization that we need to gaze at two things. Yes, we have to care for our common home, creation, earth, nature. But we also are invited to gaze at Creator God, God who created this creation. There are two gazing here. Of course, Creator God is Trinity, Trinitarian, God, Jesus, and the Spirit. So, from my standpoint, if I gaze at Creator God, then we have to start discerning and asking, are we participating? Do we, what is our discernment process? That we know as a start, as a first step, that slowly, on a daily basis, slowly, we are slowly aligning our life and way of proceeding to Creator God. No? Because I think For me, that's the first step because it is Creator God who will guide us on how to care for what He has created. It is this Trinitarian gazing that will accompany us in this part of uh, being at one, in harmony, interconnected with all of His creation. And we are one of His creation. When we gaze at Creator God, we gaze at ourselves. God created each of us. Gazing at our history, our grace history, our desires, our great desires, our experiences, no, our gifts. Those are a lot. Those are signs. Now, how do we use all of these gifts from Creator God to me to care for creation? That for me is very important. No, in my experience engaging these two. Second, the joint diploma taught us to look at two important organizations. One is the Laudato Si Action Platform, which is being it's an official uh, um, uh, program of the Vatican Dicastery of the Promotion of Integral Human Development, which is being led by Cardinal Michael Zersny, a Canadian Jesuit. So they are accountable to animate Laudato Si in the church and in the world on behalf of the Vatican. They created a platform. I met the global director, John Mandel. He's an environmentalist based in Indianapolis. I had a conversation with him, Laudato Si conversation with him. And then this platform is very important because for the first time, the church is created a virtual platform that is able to gather all the data from all the churches around the world so that for the first time in history, we are able to come up with a Catholic Church, Universal Catholic Church sustainability report. So LSAP helps our church to become more sustainable, helps our church to become more uh, 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 um, mindful, no, mindful of uh, what the various churches are doing around the world when it comes to Laudato Si and sustainability. Ateneo de Manila University, a Jesuit university in the Philippines, is in a 7-year Laudato Si journey to become one of the first Laudato Si university in the world, and they're following that Laudato Si Action Platform program. So LSAP is an invitation to a 7-year journey. Then after that, uh, you will become in a way a Laudato Si hospital, a Laudato Si school, a Laudato Si family. That's the invitation of LSAP. The Laudato Si movement is it's a lay driven movement. I met a co-founder recently in Assisi, Italy, um, Thomas Insua. And the current director now of the Laudato Si movement is a CLC member from Portugal. I haven't met her yet. Now I cannot remember her name. But the Laudato Si movement, it's the grace of it is that we are able to listen to all the various animators around the world of Laudato Si that is part of the movement. We meet regularly, specifically in North America, and we are able to listen, no, to how various Catholic leaders are animating Laudato Si. When we start listening, we are able to ponder and reflect, okay, so these are what everyone is doing. So what about me? How am I going to contribute? So my discernment is that the contribution has to be based on the spirituality that we we are immersing in, which is Ignatian spirituality. No, uh, and the more I listen to these various animators, and again, it's been affirmed by the Joint Diploma and Laudato Si, is that to become integral ecology, to live an integral life, to respond to the complex problems of our world integrally, we need to have the skill of contemplation in action. Contemplation contemplative in action is one of the charism of Ignatian spirituality. Now, that is why I invite us to go deeper, because when we gaze at our founder, Saint Ignatius of Loyola, Saint Francis of Assisi, what is common in these two? So I went to Assisi, Italy to join the discernment, the Feast of Creation for the Catholic Church. Now, they're discerning to raise the feast of creation maybe to a solemnity, no, or to a feast. Now it's a world day of prayer for the church. So when I gaze at these two spirituality, Ignatian, Franciscan, what is common? Both the founders are both contemplatives in action. They spend a lot of time in prayer. They spend a lot of time in silence. They spend a lot of time gazing at Jesus, at God, through the scripture, through the gospel, finding God in all things, in creation. Then they move to action. Then they act. They act where they feel cold. But when they act, they're also experimenting. Well, many of these things are not sure. No, because it's new to us. We are transforming ourselves like a chrysalis, metamorphosis. We're changing ourselves to become a Laudato Si, no, a Catholic or a person, no. So we are changing. So we need to experiment. So the action leads us to experiment. Then after experimenting, we have to go back and contemplate what we just did. So that's where the examen comes in, and it comes back and forth, contemplating our experience with the lens of God, acting on it again, then contemplating and acting. So I think that is the crucial part, which we are gifted in Ignatian spirituality communities. So I want to go one step further, radical, no? Radical spiritual depth, gospel depth. I invite all CLC members, if possible, dis- discern, train to become a spiritual director. No? Train and discern to accompany others. Because when we accompany others to become contemplatives, we become more contemplative. When we accompany others in listening to the voice of God in their life, we become more attentive to the voice of God in their life. So it is a spirituality that has to be shared. I invite all CLC members to share their spirituality more in this year of prayer. We go deep, but we share. And that is where I've experienced, since October 4, 2023. It transforms everything. It transforms our life. We become more open to many things that we've never seen before. I became more attuned to the spirit of my child. I allowed them to lead me to things, to places that I've never gone by myself. Only a child could have led me, because I radically changed. I treated my children as a retreatant. I am the spiritual director. I gaze at them, but uh, pondering their relationship with God, listening to their encounter with God in the school. So after school examen, we can listen to our child, in their encounter of God in school, encounter of creation in school. After work examen, listen to our husband, listen to our wife, how their experience of work is. 10 minutes per day. And then ask them, where did you encounter God? Where did you encounter creation in your workplace? Where did you encounter creation uh, in church? No, so the radical invitation is to go deep in our spirituality, to go deep in Ignatian spirituality. One thing that a program I went through, it's called the Song of the Senses. It's from the Jesuit Australia, their ministry for finding God in creation. They help us pray with our senses. No? So it again, for me to be Laudato Si, I need to open my five senses, to develop it, no? Through prayer, through meditation, so that when I go to the forest, and part of being Laudato Si is to spend a lot of time in God's creation, that we are more attuned, we are more sensitive. That not only do I see, that I hear, I feel, I sense, but I feel my heart is one with the tree. I sense that the cry of the tree I hear, the cry of the fish I hear, the cry of the seahorse I hear, no? Because again, developing the senses, the sense of being connected, opening our senses. So that's just with Australia. Um, that's 15 minutes already. What else? So that's the examen. The examen is it's called towards depth because it's a daily practice and it's fun because it's with my children. So imagine if you do an examen with your loved one every day. It's gonna be fun because your relationship is gonna go deep. Plus the two of you, the three of you, or the four of you, how many of you are doing it? So you are gonna develop your sensitivity to the presence of God in your life. We need to be sensitive with Creator God. We need to be sensitive with the Trinity. We need to be sensitive to the invitation of God, promptings of God every single day. We need to sense it and respond to it with courage. Sometimes the invitation is so quick, so short, but we need to discern it away. Do I close up? Do I go back to my routine? Do I just follow what I've been used to? Or do I take courage now? Courage. Act. Respond. No? Do something different. Become more sustainable. And do those things that you're suggesting, no? Recycle, do an EV, sign the document non-proliferation treaty, sue big oil, all of those. Courage, go, do. But also, do not forget your contemplative side because it's the contemplative side that will lead you to what action you are called to do. No, we need to ask God to guide. No, now what we are called to do. How do we contribute specifically on a personal level, on a family level? Then we move to community. So that is where we're developing the Laudato Si conversation of the Spirit. So it's based on the guidelines of CLC Canada, 3 rounds of sharing. We have a template, but I just change certain words, the promptings, no? Instead of where did you find God or where did you encounter God? Where did you encounter God in creation? Just to add creation, to add Laudato Si, to add the spirit of Laudato Si in community. So I invite all CLC communities in the world to practice Laudato Si conversation in the spirit for 1 year. Just for 1 year, just for 12 months. I promise you it will transform not only your life, your community's life, but it will transform everything. No? Because your community will focus on building that capacity, sensitivity, and especially listening to where the spirit of Laudato Si is present in every member. No? The spirit of care for a common home is present already in every member, but we haven't heard it yet. What is important is we need to listen because the moment we start listening to the spirit of Laudato Si in our community, each of our members, in our family, in ourselves, that is where God is communicating to us. That is where we're called to respond. That's where we're called to discern. So this is a very unique, very individual, very special path for each of us individually. That's why it's called an personal eco conversion, but it's also a community conversion. Now, after we go through this process or while we're going through it, we also invite others. That's why I'm opening a lot of space of Laudato Si conversation one-on-one. I'm doing a lot of one-on-one Laudato Si conversation in the Spirit. Why? Let us gaze back again at our founder, St. Ignatius, St. Francis, St. Peter Favor. What were they good at? Conversation in the Spirit. That's their gift. That's our charism. Because the moment you practice conversation in the Spirit, every day, every week, the Spirit comes to life. The Spirit inside us comes to life. And the Spirit in other people, we allow them to surface. We listen to the Spirit that is dwelling in others. We acknowledge that Spirit. We encourage that Spirit in others. So it's a the more we do it, the more we do Laudato Si conversation in the Spirit with others one-on-one and in groups, the more the Spirit of Laudato Si comes to life in us and in others. And we just have to do it again and again and again. It will come to life. It will come to life. We will become more attuned to it. We'll become more connected to it. We will become more sensitive to that spirit, that voice, that voice. No? So, thank you for listening. It's 20 minutes. That is my experience since October 4, 2023, that I discerned to fully respond. It's my full-time work now to animate Laudato Si through Ignatian spirituality and Franciscan spirituality. And so far, this is where we are now in our journey. Again, there's many different pathways, but again, as a CLC member, I would encourage us to go deep in our charism. And that is our gift to the world. That is our gift to Pope Francis. That is our gift to the Society of Jesus, our companions. That is our gift to ourselves, that we become one with Creator God and God creations. And that is our gift to our family because they will see us change over time. That will be our gift to our community because they will see our conversion as well. And hopefully they will join us in this journey. Okay, thanks be to God. And keep up the good work. No, everyone is doing very well. My suggestion is that the video can continue, but maybe afterwards, maybe we'll just give a one page in like prayer points, no? So we can write down all the suggestions, no? Like these movements, these institutions you can join, or this program you can study, or you can sign this treaty, or you can do this, do that, etc. Maybe that can be a document afterwards. But so far the videos there are pretty well. Especially I'm very moved by Mama Mary as we continue to gaze at the relationship between Mama Mary and Jesus. No, we are able to gaze and we're able to sense a synodality, a listening heart, and also the spirit of Laudato Si. It's between the relationship between the mother and child, the parent and the child, no? Because they spend a lot of time outdoors also, the Holy Family. The Holy Family spend a lot of time outdoors in creation, in wonder and awe. So finally, I asked Thomas Insua. He is now after he stepped down from executive director of Laudato Si movement. Susana Refega is now the executive director, CLC Portugal. He is now setting up a center in Assisi, Italy, Laudato Si. And then they're also spearheading the, again, Feast of Creation Discernment. Thomas, how are you accompanying your 3-year-old child to become Laudato Si? Bobby, I am intentional in nurturing wonder and awe. Wonder and awe. When we go deep to Ignatian spirituality, when we become contemplatives in action, everything we see, everything we encounter will be wonder and awe. No? God, the grace and love and blessing of God that surrounds us every day, we are left with gratitude, wonder, and awe. And it is that wonder and awe that will animate our life forever to be one with God's creation. So have fun, no? Enjoy animating the spirit of Laudato Si in your life. It has been one of the best experience I have gone through. And do it with your family, do it with your friends, do it with your community. It will be transformative. Thank you. Bye.